All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're digging into how AI is completely rewriting the rules of marketing. I mean, it is fundamentally changing the way your customers find you, and if your strategy hasn't adapted yet, you're already falling behind. So let's dive right in.
Okay, let's just kick things off with a number that honestly changes everything. 60%. That's right. Over 60% of online searches now have an AI summary sitting right at the top. We're talking about Google's AI overviews, answers from ChatGPT, you name it. And look, this isn't some prediction for the future. This is happening today, right now. So that leads to a pretty tough question, right? If AI is taking over that first point of contact, is your marketing still built for that shrinking 40% that's left over? If you're still just focused on the old game of chasing clicks and rankings, well, the answer is probably yes.
Okay, so first, let's really unpack what this shift actually looks like. Because that old, predictable customer journey that we all knew, yeah, it's pretty much gone. It's been replaced by this new AI-powered path to discovery. So think about it like this. We used to have that classic marketing funnel we all learned about, right? A slow, guided process, taking a customer from just being aware of a problem all the way to making a final decision. But the new reality? It's completely different. The journey now kicks off with AI. People are asking tools like ChatGPT to compare vendors for them, to summarize solutions, before they even think about clicking on a single website.
And what that means is the person who lands on your website today, they're a totally different kind of visitor. They're not there for the basics, for the 101 stuff. They've already done that homework with an AI. They show up already knowing who your competitors are, they have an idea of your pricing, and they know where you sit in the whole marketplace. They've literally skipped the entire top of the funnel.
And here's the kicker. When that super informed visitor lands on your page and finds, generic beginner-level content, it doesn't help. In fact, it does the opposite. It just creates friction. It's kind of like trying to have an advanced conversation with someone who's just handed you a 2+2 worksheet. You're not moving things forward, you're just putting up a wall. So, okay, the journey's changed. The big question is, how in the world do you get found now? This is where the new playbook comes in, and it's all about getting noticed by the AI itself, by blending some of those old school fundamentals with some really new strategies. This new approach really stands on 3 pillars. First, you've still got your traditional SEO. That's still the bedrock, the foundation of quality. Then there's something called GEO, or Generative Engine Optimization. The best way to think about this is making your content super easy for an AI to digest and quote. And pillar number 3? That's LLMO. This is the new frontier. It's all about optimizing your presence on the actual AI platforms, like ChatGPT or Claude.
All right, let's double-click on that last one, LLMO, Large Language Model Optimization. Put simply, it's the art and science of making your content so incredibly clear, so trustworthy, that AI models like ChatGPT and Gemini will actually cite you. They'll use you as a source in their answers. So the goal isn't just for the AI to find you, it's for the AI to use you.
So what's the real difference here between the old and the new? Well, traditional SEO is all about chasing rankings, right? It's a game of keywords and backlinks. LMO, on the other hand, is chasing something different. It's chasing comprehension. It focuses on semantic structure, on precision. The questions you have to ask now are, does my content clearly answer a specific question, and is it structured in a way that a machine can easily pull it out, and, more importantly, trust it? That's the new game right there. So, how does an AI figure out what's trustworthy? Well, it basically uses a checklist. And that checklist is Google's EEAT framework. Think of it as the AI's quality control. It's looking for a few key things. Experience. Did this come from someone who's actually done this stuff? Expertise and authoritativeness. Is this person a recognized expert? Do other experts vouch for them? And finally, trustworthiness. Is the information just accurate? Is it reliable? If you don't pass this test, the AI is just going to ignore you. Simple as that. Okay, so let's say you've done all this hard work. The AI is now sending these super educated visitors your way. That's awesome. But here comes the next challenge. How do you actually convert them? Because that requires you to rethink your website completely. And here's the core of the problem. most landing pages, even today, are built for that old, uninformed visitor. You know the ones. They're packed with basic definitions, super high-level promises. But for someone showing up armed with all this detailed info from an AI, it's not helpful. It's just a waste of their time. And you know what that means? A guaranteed bounce. So an AI-ready landing page has to be different. It has to respect the visitor's intelligence and their time. It should lead with a headline that's focused on an outcome, something that solves the specific problem they came to solve. It needs to clearly show them the process and tell them, here is the exact next step you need to take. And of course, since so much of this is happening on the go, it has to be absolutely perfect on a mobile phone. No excuses.
Check this out. It's a perfect example. The old way, the headline just says what the product is: lead management software. Okay, fine. But the new way? It speaks directly to the visitor's goal. It says increase contact rates with pull distribution. See the difference? It's not just describing a feature. It's promising a solution to a problem they already know they have.
Okay, just a quick but really, really important reminder here. This whole new AI-driven path to your site, it doesn't just erase the old rules. All this trust you're working so hard to build, it's pretty much worthless if you don't have a solid foundation of compliance. So regulations like TCPA, CAN-SPAM, GDPR, they all still apply. Getting clear consent to communicate with people is still absolutely non-negotiable.
All right, last section. Let's peek under the hood for a minute. Because to make all this stuff work, you've got to have the right technical and strategic engine humming away in the background.
And that technical foundation really needs 3 key components. First up is something called schema markup. Think of it like putting little labels on all your content that tells an AI exactly what it's looking at. It's like giving it a cheat sheet. Second, you need vector embeddings. This is a bit more technical, but it's a way of turning your content into numbers so an AI can understand its meaning and its context, not just the keywords you used. And finally, you need totally new metrics. Why? Because clicks and page views just don't tell the whole story anymore. Yeah, how you measure success has to completely evolve. When an AI just spits out the answer directly in the search results, the most important thing isn't did they click on my site, it's was my content the source for that answer. So your new KPIs, your new key metrics, are things like your AI citation rate, how many times you're mentioned across different AI platforms, and how often you get captured in those featured snippets. This is what visibility really means now. And please remember, this is not a set it and forget it kind of playbook. The world of AI is moving at lightning speed. It's changing constantly. We're going to see new models. Algorithms are going to get updated. Things will change. So real success isn't going to come from having a rigid, locked-in strategy. It's going to come from building a flexible system, from having a diverse mix of ways people can find you. You just have to be ready to adapt. So that brings us right back to where we started. This isn't some academic, theoretical thing. Your customers, right now, are already using AI to find solutions and to make buying decisions. The only real question left is, are you ready to meet them there? That's all for this explainer. Thanks for tuning in.